Welcome back to Swiss Watch Expo. Today we have a very rare and special Patek Philippe timepiece, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Swiss Watch Expo. So today in our inventory we get every now and then we get a few of these pieces that are just very beautiful, something that's very rare to find. And today we have one here with the Patek Philippe 5500J. And this one is a very special timepiece because they only made about 2,000 of these models available worldwide. And they only made certain amounts of each gold level here. So for the yellow gold models, they only made about 1,100 of these. The rose gold models, they made about 500 of these, and then white gold was 250, and the platinum was about 150 of these. So it's really cool that Patek Philippe was able to create something so unique, and you can take a look at this case right here, just with how beautiful the design is. And if you look at the case right here, you can see that beautiful curvature design that you don't really see on a traditional timepiece, let alone even from Patek Philippe. And the reason why they came up with this case design was kind of an homage to one of their vintage models from 1940s. So this is kind of an homage to that, and it was something that Patek Philippe wanted to commemorate in 1997 for opening up one of their new workshops in Geneva. So they created this timepiece here. And it is very interesting because with these cases, it's called the Pagoda. And if you know anything about pagodas, they're actually an Asian building that you normally see in like China, Japan. A lot of like Buddhist temples kind of have this pagoda design, so it's very unique and different. And what makes it so different is just the curvature of the designing on the roofs. And if you Google a picture of it, it almost looks identical to how they created the case design of this watch right here, which I think is just phenomenal and really cool with the history behind it. Love everything that has like an architectural design element to the watch. Of how it was kind of inspired. And one of the really cool things about this is once Patek Philippe created those 2,000 pieces, they completely destroyed all the dies and models for this cast, for the dial itself or for the case itself. So you can't remake this case anymore. Patek Philippe completely destroyed it. They don't have them anymore. So if you love this design, you can only get it with these limited edition pieces if you are able to get your hands on one of these. If you take a really close look at the dial, I love the way that the hands look. You have these leaf-shaped hands that has the oxidized gold, so you kind of get this kind of darker pattern. So you can get a little bit more of that contrast with the champagne dial on this one here. Of course, you have your applied Roman numeral hour markers, which is just phenomenal. Love how clean and elegant this dial is. Patek Philippe is something that I really enjoy, that they don't put a lot of wording on their dials. They know that the craftsmanship and the artistry of their watches speak for themselves, so they don't need to add 2 lines of wording to say it's, you know, certified or some sort of water resistance rating on the watch. All they do is put the Swiss seal at the bottom with their Patek Philippe logo at the top, which I think is just phenomenal, especially for a dress watch. I love clean, simple, and elegant on this watch. Again, with this case, you do have the flared sides, something that you don't really see very often. So I love the way this looks because it's just so different and unique. And then the overall case size itself is about 41 by 26, so it's not going to sit, you know, very large on the wrist. I actually think this is a perfect size for a men's dress watch. If you're looking for something that you can dress up with a nice suit, or you can even wear this with a t-shirt and jeans. It's something that is very versatile that you can wear pretty much on a daily basis. It is a manual winding movement, so you'll have to go ahead and give this a full power reserve every morning. So you can kind of make it part of your morning routine. When you're brewing a cup of coffee, you can go ahead and just manually wind the watch for the day, set your time, and you're good to go. I do love the addition of the second style right there. I think it's just a really nice touch. Love seeing something that adds just a little bit more dimension to the overall dial itself. But this is just such a fantastic timepiece. We're very excited to have this one in our inventory because we haven't had this one in a while. So if you are lucky enough to get your hands on one of these, check this one out here at SwissWatchExpo.com and check us out till next time.